So I have a challenge for you. Thank you, brother, for bringing God's word. Here's the challenge. We as a church, that's all of us. A lot of you are here, and some of you may be visiting for the first time and go, great, they're going to talk about money. And some of you have left the church because the church is always about money, and here it is again, sitting right before you. So here's a challenge I want to put before you, because I believe as a church that our heart is not in what you give and don't give. Our security as a church is not in what you give and don't give. Our identity, our self-worth is not in what you give and don't give. This church was founded on two promises. The harvest is plentiful, the workers are few, and God will build his church. We believe those promises. We use every dime that is given to do amazing things, but the security, the self-worth, the heart of this church is not in what you give and don't give. So the challenge I'm going to put before you is not about Lake Forest getting more money. The challenge is about what God would do in your hearts. So here's the challenge. If you've never tithed before, okay, I'm going to challenge you for these next 12 months, starting with June, that you would begin out of everything that you make, no matter how small, how big, that you would give 10%. You'd bring a check that we know, or if you bring cash that we know that you gave that. We won't know the amount, but that you gave. After 12 months, next year, if you regret that you have done that challenge, if you don't find yourself happier, if you don't find yourself more grace-filled, if you don't find yourself more blessed, after 12 months, will you come to me, let me know, I regret it. We will refund every dime of that right back to you, okay? That's our challenge. If you get 6 months into it and go, I can't keep going 6 months, come back to me, we'll give every dime of that right back to you. Because this is not about the church. It's about what God does in you. Now, if you're going, okay, well, that's a ploy, all this, don't give it to Lake Forest then. If that's really pushing you even more, don't give it here. Give it to Pastor Byron's church. Give it to Grace Covenant down the street. Give it to Meadow Lake just down the corner. Again, it's not about just here. It's about what God will do in your heart if you will trust him in this area. Let's test him. I believe his promises. And some of you going, man, wait till Mike gets back. Mitch is in trouble. He won't know for a year. It's okay. But this is about what God is doing in you. And I'm serious on that challenge. Test God. I promise you, he will bless you in amazing ways. Would you stand and let me give us our benediction? Go in these words. It is for freedom that Christ has set you free. Do not put yourself back under the bondage of slavery. It is for freedom that he has set you free. Live in that freedom, Lake Forest. Have a great week.